Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Today I would like to talk a bit about the change to HTML5. I saw that many of you are concerned about this change, so I would like to clarify a few things. First of all, I would like to say that Flash Player is not our product. It is developed by Adobe, and the announcement that starting 2020 Adobe will not support Flash Player anymore has been public for a few years now. Flash Player is a technology that many games out there use and are now in the same position as we are. It was a lot of work, but our team converted the game to HTML5 to keep SuperCity going, and we are currently in tests before we will switch completely to HTML5. So one of the questions that we got was, how do we install this HTML5? And the answer is that the SuperCity team will do it for everyone. The players don't need to do anything. In an ideal case, you won't even feel it when the switch takes place. The video and the information that we put out there is just in case something goes wrong. It's just us taking all the precautions and keeping you guys informed. We are running a lot of tests right now, especially because we want to be as prepared as we can be for this switch. Another question is, will I have to change my browser for this to work? Our team has been recommending Google Chrome for SuperCity for a lot of time now. However, HTML5 is compatible with all the major browsers. I would like to say that it is mostly a matter of trial and error, whether it is HTML5 or Flash Player. It's about finding what works best for you. Most of our players are on Google Chrome anyway, and we highly recommend this browser and also keeping it up to date. The Facebook Game Room is also a great app for SuperCity. It is an app developed by Facebook for Facebook games. It's free, and I will leave a link in the description in case you don't know about it. However, please note that Mac users can't use this application, and for them the main recommendation is Google Chrome. We don't recommend Safari. Speaking of operating systems, if you have a very old version of Windows like XP or Vista, we highly recommend updating your Windows. You might be able to run the game on Windows 7, but we also don't guarantee optimal performance. We support Linux, however, we don't support browsers for mobile devices. I know some of you managed to play the Facebook version of SuperCity on mobile devices using Puffin, but this version of SuperCity was never meant to work like this, so we don't take any responsibility if it works bad or it doesn't at all, because the game wasn't conceived to work like this in the first place. Another advice that we can give you for getting the game to run well is checking if you have the latest drivers for your video card. You can find them on the website of your video card manufacturer, or if you have a built-in video card, you need drivers for the motherboard. If you feel you can't do this yourself, you can always ask somebody to help you out. I also noticed many players are concerned about their device and about it not being powerful enough for the HTML version of the game. If you have the possibility, we highly suggest adding more RAM to your device because it really makes a difference. I can tell you this from my own personal experience. If you are a person who enjoys spending time online, I highly recommend going for it because it will make this time spent online much more enjoyable. And again, this is a suggestion from our part, a recommendation, and not a demand in any way. Last but not least, I would like to mention that the game has different levels of graphic quality. On the lower levels it is not so detailed, but it should run better if your device is not so powerful. You can find these settings in the game. Simply click on the cogwheel and switch between the various settings until you find the one that works the best for you. If your device is pretty good and still you notice that the game is working slower than it should be, you might have something else taking the resources of your device, so you can bring up the Windows Task Manager by pressing at the same time Ctrl-Alt-Delete on your keyboard and have a look there. For me at the moment, Google Chrome and my video editor is taking up the most resources, but I will close Dropbox to show you guys that these tasks here can be closed. So what happens when nothing from what we talked so far works? If the game is not loading or it loads but not that great, we contact SuperCity support, of course. And we would really appreciate it if you could send us some files right from the beginning. One of them would be a screenshot of your console, of your browser, and also the logs from it. You can bring up the console by pressing on your keyboard Ctrl, Shift and the letter I. And after that you can load the game, or if you have the game already opened, make sure to reload the game. Also make sure that it is the second tab, console. We are interested in the console tab and not elements, not the first one, the second one. And as you can see, while the game is loading, there are some data that appear here. Wait for it a bit until it loads, and then you can right click and save as. You can give it a name, I don't know, let's say logs SuperCity, and choose the extension for Notepad, that is txt, and save. So this is how you bring up the console and retrieve the logs from it. One more file that we would really appreciate if you could send to us when contacting support with this kind of issues is the Dxdiag file. I know it sounds complicated, but it really is not. I will show in a second. And you can find their information about your own device if you are looking for them. I have a Windows 10 in Russian. I'm sorry guys, I bought this laptop from here, so it's in Russian. On my version of Windows, it is necessary to press the Windows key on your keyboard and the letter R from Rita. I know I'm not very good at making this sound. You will open up the run command, and here it is necessary to type Dxdiag if it's not there already. And a window like this will pop up, and you can see here some technical details about my laptop too, in case you are wondering what device I have. This is my home laptop, and please save them as. This is my save as button, and yeah, save them as a notepad file. And this is how you find the Dxdiag file. This was all for today, my friends. I hope this was helpful for you, because I noticed that some players have difficulties in finding these files when we ask them to find them for us. Other than that, I hope that you will never have to find them and that your game will run smooth. I hope you have a great day and enjoy SuperCity. Let me know in the comments below what other topic you'd like me to do a video on. I really enjoy doing these tutorials for you. Bye bye. Support this video by liking, sharing and subscribing, and don't forget to bookmark our official Facebook page, forum and help center. Clickable links in the description.